I have notes, so this is going to be, hopefully, concise and to the point. First on my list is musty classmates. So look, I have a pro tip for y'all. Guy or girl or anything in between, it doesn't matter what you are. When you are going to and from class, you should always have this one simple tip and trick in mind. It's a tip and a trick, okay? Sit around women. Sit next to them. Sit near them. Sit around them. Don't just, as a guy, sit near guys because you're too nervous to sit around girls. And I'm not saying this for the reason you might think, okay? It's because women don't smell bad. Specifically, musty. All I wrote for this was musty classmates because, oh boy, having to sit in a 3-hour class next to somebody who doesn't know what deodorant is one of the worst experiences you can live through. I wouldn't call it living. It's more like suffering through as a member of the first world. It's infuriating because it's so easy to not smell bad. It is so easy. There are millions of ways to do it. There's a couple ways to do it naturally, but it's not hard to do, okay? If you want to keep it simple, just take a shower, okay? I think taking a shower, personally, I do mine at night because I like keeping my bed nice and clean. But some people don't do that. Some people prefer morning showers because that makes a lot of sense. It doesn't. This is sarcasm. Okay, so that is a great segue into my next point. I need to take my glasses off for this because this is you know I'm serious. I'm not playing around with this. A couple nights ago, my roommate came back at like 8 p.m. I was like, yo, where have you been? This chair is squeaking and it's pissing me off. I don't know if you can hear it. I was like, oh, where were you at? He said, oh, I was out playing soccer. And right as right as he said that, I got hit with the nastiest fumes of BO that you could conjure up in your deepest, darkest fantasy. I don't know if that'd be fantasy because it's not. I feel like fantasy is usually a good thing. Dark fantasy. And he was talking to me about how fun it was to play soccer. And the whole time, all I was thinking is, please hurry this up and go take a shower, bro. I can't deal with this. This was nighttime. I was already ready for bed. I was literally in my bed, like working. And once I was done working, I was going to put my computer down and go to sleep. I'd already brushed my teeth and everything. And once he was done, he left for a bit out the room. He came back with the same clothes on. And I thought to myself, oh, okay, maybe he's not ready for bed yet. He just went to go do something. He came back to do something else. That's natural, right? In and out the room. That's very normal. This sucker hops in his bed and gets under the covers and passes out within 10 minutes. I'm sitting right now next to his bed right now. Look at this. It looks all neat. Look, wow. I love this, actually. Side note, I do love that he makes his bed before he leaves for class and for the weekends. I think that's a really cool. Here's mine. It's not made at all, but it's very clean. It doesn't smell ever because I take a shower before I freaking go to bed, bro. I don't sit on it with dirty clothes anyway. He was sleeping with just BO sitting, simmering, marinating. And it boggles my mind because last year I had the same thing. My roommate was a frat dude last year. I talked about him pretty extensively. I don't know how much of it made it onto this playlist, like percentage-wise. It was probably about 30% of the total rants about him. Because I had so much to complain about with him, and a lot of it I just didn't want to reminisce on, so I decided to not post it to this playlist. But that dude was something else. For a little lore update, he had a body pillow. He didn't wash his sheets until I think the second semester. He washed it like one time, and his dirty clothes would get so piled up he had to get a second basket. So he had 2 dirty clothes things under his bed and still didn't wash them nearly enough. So it was like a biohazard, and it kind of was the reason that I finally branched out and started hanging out with people in person more. It wasn't too often, but it was more often than my first year. So shout out to that dude for scaring me out of my room. Anyway, that's what I had to deal with. So having some continuation of that, I'm starting to realize that I think dudes in general just are gross. I think people are gross. Can be gross in general, but like dudes specifically, they be smelling bad. And to tie this back to the first point, women don't smell bad most of the time, okay? In a classroom environment specifically, I don't really think I've ever smelled must from a woman before, or BO. I think they just have better hygiene than most guys. All right, more on my roommate. I had a really hard time sleeping. I think it was the same night as the soccer night, maybe the night before, but it'll just be random nights during the week when I just cannot sleep for the life of me. It's so annoying because I'll be in bed by like 11, which is already a little bit later than I like to sleep, but I'll be in bed, I'll be chilling. I close my eyes and I'm like, oh, okay, just go to sleep. You got this, because I already am feeling anxious. I can feel my heart rate trying to speed up because it wants to go faster. I'm like, chill. I've learned some Zen techniques over the last 3 years to just breathe in and breathe out slow, right? Control yourself. And then my roommate will walk in and he'll be quiet, right? He won't be making a lot of noise, but it's the suddenness of the door opening. When you open this door, I'll see if I can do it. I don't know how well you heard that, but it's like the paint gets stuck to itself. So when you can't open that door like a ninja. It's always a noise, and it's the type of noise that kind of gets you like when you're drifting off to sleep. It's the type of noise that kind of makes the hairs on the back of your spine. What? It's the type of noise that will make the hairs on your back stand up a little bit, and your body goes into like a minor fight or flight mode. At least mine does. Every time there's a small sound like that, I'll hear my next door roommates like talking through the walls at night, and usually it doesn't bother me. Like when I'm in here without my roommate, I can sleep fine with them talking through the walls. But when my roommate is here, when he's even just like on his bed, not doing anything to bother me, like intentionally, I still have such a hard time sleeping. And for this whole year, I've been trying to figure out why, and I finally did the other day. It's because he kind of is unnerving. He makes me anxious. He's unpredictable. He is, I sort of find the word. I used unpredictable in my notes. But there's just something about how he like carries himself that just kind of unsettles me. That's the word. He's unsettling. In like a socially awkward way. But let me explain what I mean. So I'll be minding my business, right? Wherever. I could be making food in the kitchen. I could be sitting on the couch in the living room. I could be sitting here working. I could be on my phone doing nothing. And he'll walk into the room and he'll want to talk to me. He'll want to socialize. I understand that. No inherent problems with that. Except when he talks, there's always something missing. Not always, okay? But a lot of the time there's something missing. Like there's like substance that's just not there, which again, I understand. Some people take longer to open up than others. I'm not expecting everybody to be telling me their deepest, darkest secrets after knowing me for 5 months. But to keep it blunt, he just talks about a whole lot of nothing almost all the time. Like he just tells me like, oh yeah, my teacher today, dude, my teacher, oh dude, or like, bro, look at this video from my neighborhood, like, bro. And it's like, oh cool, man, I get you trying to maybe reach out a little bit, but I need more than that. I've shared with him stuff that to me it's not that crazy, but like, because a way for me to connect and feel more comfortable with people was like opening a part of myself up to them So I hate that small talk thing, like the phony surface level small talk. Like I'll be there for a little bit, but it won't take me long to go into a tangent about some weird niche hobby or thing I like, to try to connect on a different front than just like the day-to-day activities of a college student, because that's not interesting after the fourth time talking about it. I get that your professor is a interesting dude, but I've had a lot of professors that are also interesting. I promise there's more to life than that, man. You don't have to keep bringing it up. Like it's hard. It's so hard because I understand he's trying, but there's an air to how he does it that I can't really explain in words, but I totally understand it. Like I could see it, and it's what makes me so nervous around him. Because, for example, I was in the kitchen making dinner, and this was after I got back from class, and I saw that he was taking a nap in our room. So I didn't even go in the room. I literally just kept my backpack with me while I was making the food. And while I was almost done, like I heard like that door sound. I was like, oh, maybe that's him. I don't know. Let me just keep making my food. I'm almost done. And then he literally sneaks around the corner. All like here, I'm trying to mimic him. Let's say you're me. This is the stovetop, and I'm turned this way, okay? I'm gonna just keep it turned here because I don't have a separate camera operator. This sucker comes around the corner like this. Yo, dude. I don't even know if I did it justice, but it's just like, dude. I need to watch this back because I don't know. That probably looked very normal. To be honest, it probably doesn't look abnormal how he does it. It's just like, it's like borderline creepy. I wish I could explain it better. So whenever I'm trying to sleep and I hear him make a noise, I always think, oh, this sucker's gonna try to talk to me. He's gonna try to like interact with me because he doesn't know when he can interact with me. So he's just kind of just randomly throwing darts at the board. And because I don't want to make him feel bad, I don't want to be mean to him, I'm gonna receive. I might not throw the darts back. This is a bad analogy. You shouldn't throw darts at people, but tennis. He's hitting the tennis ball. Sometimes I might just catch the ball, end the game. Other times I might want to racket it back. We were talking about ice, for example. That's something we can definitely racket back and forth on because we are very passionate about our stances on that. Obviously, I gotta specify against the Gestapo, okay? There are certain things that we can have pretty real conversations about, but it's never about personal stuff. And that's why, I don't know, like, it's just difficult to have conversations with him. That said, I really hope I could be roommates with him next year because he is a good roommate, because he goes home on weekends and he provides water for us. So I actually had a plan. I was going to talk to my other roommates about it. We got to get this dude a nice dinner or something. Like, find out what his favorite restaurant is and order him like a whole thing because he's been buying waters for us almost every weekend. Like water, like the big packs of water bottles. So he's been keeping us alive. It's been sweet. Last thing, this was actually solved to this morning after slightly demoralizing walkthrough. And I say this for the end on purpose because I really did not want to start with a story like this. But oh wait, I should have started with this. I went to see Cedric the Entertainer at my school. He was like doing this. It's called a salon series at my school, where he was just speaking and had like a Q&A thing, and it was really cool. I was at the unction. Basically, it was a bunch of old black people, a couple students my age, but mostly old black people, and it was a dope environment. But when I came back from that, I really had to go number 2. I walked in the bathroom, I saw we did not have toilet paper, and I said, oh no. So I did. This is a little bit demoralizing. I did use the paper towel method, but obviously you can't flush it down the toilet. And I didn't just want to put it in the trash can because then the trash can's gonna smell like poop. So I had to put it in a Ziploc bag. And then I took our Febreze, sprayed it, held it down for like 7 seconds, sealed it up, and put it in our bigger trash can. And took it out the next morning. This morning, before I took out the trash can, I had to poop again. I was like, what is this from? I didn't even really eat a dinner last night. I had a bunch of random finger food from the conference thing, but then I remembered, oh, it's that fire cookie that I wish I had to show y'all, but like I had to eat it. It was a really good cookie. I did get a video of me doing that. Oh, shebang. The shebang being the eating of the cookie. But I had to really go. Like, I felt like I was going to probably have some internal problems if I didn't. And the same issue, still no toilet paper. And I had ordered some, but it wasn't gonna get here for another few hours. So I was thinking, what do I do? So I went to poop. Then when I was done, I flushed. I walked out, walked into the shower, and took a shower. Turned that nozzle on the jet mode, and boy, I had a makeshift bidet. That is as far as I'm going to go. No more details will be shared. I don't even want to linger on this too long because future me or whoever is unfortunate enough to be listening to this right now probably has a nasty picture in their mind. But just know that I gotta bring y'all close for this. Just know I am Team Bidet. That I might have to get one installed at my parents' house. I might have to see how that goes. Cause hold on, bro. You're telling me a nice jet of water can wash away the boo-boo? Boy, I might be on board. Anyway, thank y'all for listening. I want to get this all edited and done today. And 20 minutes is not bad. How long the recording is, I think the video is going to be a little bit shorter than that. Hope y'all enjoyed. The Big Bear arc has not started yet. So pause on that. I will keep you guys posted. But yeah, until next time. Goodbye.